Sometimes don't you just need a quick moment of inspiration? Or maybe you just need a moment of caffeinated contemplation to reflect on life? That's the idea behind my weekly Coffee with Nicoa espresso shots. I'll be sharing short jolts of inspiration in each clip in addition to my longer Coffee with Nicoa interview episodes. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss an espresso shot or a full-length Coffee with Nicoa interview created just for you. Hey everybody, welcome to your weekly espresso shot. This is Nicoa, and when you read the title of this espresso shot, did you start singing, "Back to life, back to reality"? Okay, how many of you remember that Soul to Soul song? I like to spontaneously sing in these espresso shots. Have you noticed? Maybe I secretly do want to be a singer. Okay, but I digress. And I am planning to do a karaoke night. I had to cancel the other one because I got sick, but I'm really craving karaoke. Again, I totally digress. So back to reality, back to life, back to nature, back to what you can count on, back to what you believe in to be true, back to something that's constant, consistent. When you're stressed out and you're overwhelmed, how do you get grounded? You know, we had people over the other night for dinner, two couples, and one of them shared with me, he said, "I bought a grounding mat." And I was like, "What's a grounding mat?" He said, "A grounding mat is something that does an ionic exchange with your feet to kind of get your energy back down to earth," right? When your energy and your frequency and your vibration is a little jacked up and stressed out and you're kind of living in the upper part of your body and you're not equitably distributed throughout in a calm manner, then you might need a grounding mat. Well, I said, you can just go walk outside on the ground. I wasn't rude. He's a good friend of mine. And he was like, yeah, exactly what's happening outside when you're barefoot on the earth, that ionic exchange with your body and the energy of the earth, which is grounding, is happening on this mat. And he said, what I've been doing is I've been standing on it while I'm working. So he has a stand-up desk. And I thought, that's a great idea. If you have a challenge with your own energies being grounded, that could be an option for you. And I really want you to think about, when are you not grounded? Like, when are you not back in what is real? And why do I say it that way? Because what is not real is typically the thoughts swirling around in your head and the stories you're making up, and they're not in the current present moment because you're either anxiously reflecting and reviewing on what something has happened in the past, or you're anxiously anticipating fear, uncertainty, and doubt about something that might happen in the future. And you're not in the present moment, in the now. And I invite you in those moments of overwhelm, which I was having one this morning, an overwhelm of my isness, as I reference it, the isness of life, everything that is happening. When you get overwhelmed by that and you start making up stories about either regret or fear of the future, you're not in the moment now, back in reality of what you know to be true. What do you know to be true that can get you grounded? Wiggling my toes, that's a good grounding practice. I literally am trying to bring myself back into the moment, connected to Mother Earth. Even if I have to imagine those toes wiggling energy that goes down through the floorboard, down through the foundation of the building I'm in, and down into the core of Mother Earth, I actually see this visualization of it's like a mooring ball. And I love to sail. I love to go sailing and have other people sail me. But I imagine anchoring at a mooring ball, like you're in the Caribbean and you come into a cove and you take your line and you hook it around this floating ball that is anchored into the earth. So when I do this visualization and I bring my energies all the way down through my feet and through the foundation and into the core of Mother Earth, I imagine that mooring ball is there and it has my name on it. And I visualize it, I see it, and I anchor myself. I kind of tie my energetic cords all around that mooring ball. And then I use my grounded intention to pull the energies up, green and white light. I like to pull it up through the bottoms of my feet, back into my body, all the way through, all the way out the crown of my head, all the way out into the ether, out into the universe. And then I take all that white light, bright, cleansing energy back down into my body until I am now balanced and grounded back to reality. Now, for those of you who, I lost you there for a few seconds, and maybe that type of visualization is a little bit too, crystals and feathers for you, then let's come back to what you know to be true in the moment. There's a practice that when people are having anxiety or panic that they say, come back to your senses, right? I want you to notice 3 things that you see, 3 things that you hear, 3 things you can touch. Maybe you even want to taste whatever's in your mouth from this morning's coffee, left over from that piece of chocolate. Coming back into a moment of sensory recognition to what is truth, what is reality. So when we have these practices, it changes the energetic vibration of what's happening in your soulful connection with your body. We're trying to integrate the soul, the thoughts, the imagery that you love to create with the body so that you are in control, as much as control as you can be in. And when you're back in that reality of I am here, I am here, I am here, then you're creating a sense of security, safety, and space that allows you to then choose what thoughts you're going to have next. So when the isness is too much and you are overwhelmed or anxious or your energy is too jacked up and you can't figure it out and you're crying and you're having a panic attack or an anxiety moment, come back to the coping mechanisms that I'm sure that you have been taught. And hopefully these 2 practices might be available to you now to breathe, find something in the reality of your surroundings, either with your eyes closed in a meditative practice or visualization, or with your eyes wide open, touching, smelling, listening, seeing. Back to life, back to reality. All right, that's your journaling prompt and your practice for the week. Strategic self-care, my friends. Life by design. I love mine, and you can too. Thanks for listening. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss an espresso shot or a full-length Coffee with Nicoa interview created just for you.